This is the tale thus far. A grand arena gilded by blood. A giant slain, a toll paid in full. But before the king will help our rider, he must have his dead court.
That's right, we're going to save the court. Hello everyone, we're back. Now, this is where we left off, if you remember. We are in the Tomb of the Deposed King. Now there he is. I do need to apologise because my throat is terrible. But I'm soldiering on. Now I've left this in just because I thought while I'm here, I'll do this now because I can get to him. So I turn into my Reaper form and I hardly touch him. Look at that. It's like I am barely scratching him. It's ridiculous. And then I get a little bit sloppy. He hits me and I'm dead. And that's it. One hit and I died. So I'm not going to be doing that just yet. That's probably the last person I'm going to fight. So basically, there are 3 people that need to be collected for the cult. And you can only get in these crypts now that you have the power that you've been given. Each crypt is pretty much get to the end, fight him to almost all his life. This is to show the first one.
Leave, horseman, while you still can.
So he will not let you get to that level. You've basically got to put something under your lift. But this is the fight. It's not too difficult, to be honest. It's not that hard. Some of these are definitely harder than others. But now, basically, there might be some people wondering why there's a video on Wednesday when I've been doing religiously Monday and Fridays. Now,
You should never have left your grave.
I don't want to have videos that are too long because they get boring, to be honest. So what I've decided to do is rather than do 2 slightly longer videos Monday, Friday, I'm going to attempt to do smaller videos Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Now as you can see, he is literally just fighting. And you just have to wait for your moments. You smack him one now. This is where I'm starting to find that I'm using my green potions a lot.
Do you yield? Yes.
Damn right you yield, you prick.
Your king. I am yours to command.
Making me fight like that. Now, the good thing about this is he is now mine to command, as he said. It tells you here now, whenever you see the circles on the floor, you can basically summon him and he will fight for you. He will be a pressure holder for you. He can go through grates because he's a ghost. So it's one of those arguments that realistically you cannot get to the second boss without him. So you have to do these in order. And I've left this in to show how it works.
From dust I am reborn.
It takes me a while to work it out, so don't mind me here. But no, I'm finding that the monster rooms are becoming hard now. In the last video, they were about as hard as the bosses. In this video, they're tough.
Yes.
They're harder. Some of the monster rooms have really taken me some time to get through. You really have to work out your resources. Especially the fact that I'm on Apocalyptic. So you go to the next tomb, which is just a little way down from where the first one was. Now this guy's slightly easier in a way. Basically, you don't have to fight him. He is the judge of some souls, apparently. And he just wants you to do some tasks first, and then he'll come with you.
I have no time for the likes of you, horsemen. I hear the pleas of the dead, not the damned.
And what are the pleas of your lord?
I serve him even now, though he would reward my efforts with eternal torment.
You did leave the Eternal Throne.
Even here, there are souls lost, waiting to be judged and sent into the city of the dead. I have heard 3 such spirits wandering the corridors. Find them and bring them back to me. Once I have cleansed them of their past, I will hear what troubles the Lord of Bones.
Why hear the pleas of the dead?
Before a soul can enter the city of the dead, its secrets must be laid bare and its life judged. It is a matter of mercy. The souls will wander, lost and blind, until then.
And there we go. Now, all 3 souls are basically the same. You've got to get to them, collect the soul, and then have a big fight. A lot of the time you have to have a big fight on the way there as well. Some of the rooms were much harder than others. This one isn't too bad, actually, but this is the last soul. I've got to a point where, you know what, you don't need to see me collecting all 3 souls if it's basically the same. This one's quite fun, because you just have to fight normal skeletons, and they heal you and give you things, so that's quite cool. And you have to kind of fire yourself up there and hit him. There you go. You've got to be like perfectly in line in order. There you go. And now he turns into the giant monstery thing. Which, if you look at how quickly his life is going down, it's not actually that difficult at all, really. You just have to be patient to dodge the gaps, which I don't think I did very well, but there he is. And now I can return the final soul.
Judgment is at hand.
I was hoping he would do or say something different for all 3 souls, but he says the exact same thing, which is why I've only left 1 in.
Humans, always so frightened. See your life as you truly live.
It is finished. Your lord summons you.
I am ever his servant.
See? He didn't run away. He's been doing his duty the whole time.
You forget your station, Nephilim. You may be a horseman, but I am a lord of the dead.
And your king demands an audience.
This realm belongs to corruption now. None alive can stand against it.
You misjudge me.
You ride without the power of the seals at your back. You would not survive even the weakest trial of the realm.
I brought low the arena's champion.
That is but a game, Pale Rider. There are other trials meant to punish. Speak with the voice in the Gilded Arena. Ask of the Psychomeron. If you live, we will speak again.
Why does everyone have a task for me? Why can't anyone just do as they're told, for God's sake? Fine, there we go. So we've got to find the Psychomeron, which essentially is like a crazy place. So we'll come back to the Gilded Arena.
So you have returned. What is it you seek this time?
I seek the Psychomeron.
If such a thing were possible, it would surely exist
few to spare.
Indeed. But I wonder, are they too old to burn after so many eons? Why don't you find out?
And this place is largely fighting again. There's an awful lot of monster run. It's like monster run after monster run here. As you can see, it starts with one. And this is relatively difficult on its own as well. As you can see here, I didn't dodge correctly, and then I'm dead. Almost immediately. But I fight my way through to the centre. And there is someone we've been looking for, actually.
I hoped a champion would arise who could face the corruption. And you have come far, horseman. A pity that your journey ends here.
Now, basically, this is a harder battle. This is very much the boss. You have to fight him, and then he gets on Echidna, and she fights you in basically the same way that she fights in the first game. But it is, yeah, it's really not hard. As he flies forward, you just jump forward and attack him. And the same with Echidna, you just dodge and attack, dodge and attack. See, didn't take that long. It's like I said just now about the boss rooms. The thing I'm finding with the bosses is they're really not hard. You just have to take that, you prick. Making me blood my knuckles. What the hell's wrong with you?
I will ride with you, horseman, even unto the Lord of Bones,
Yeah, you fucking prick. Of course you will. Alright, so.
even unto judgment.
And there's the achievement. We have our full court. And now we must return. Yeah, bosses very much have patterns, whereas monster rooms don't, so that's what makes them harder, really. Here we go.
My king, what would you have us do?
Suffer. Too long you have slumbered. Too long you have forsaken your duty. I have no more use for you.
What is this? I don't like being toyed with.
They failed me. But you have earned my gratitude. I will send you to one in my kingdom who knows the way to the Well of Souls. But first, there are demons that you must face.
I've already faced and killed many.
Not like these. There is great power bound in that amulet. But your shame stays its unlocking.
I regret nothing.
Oh, I can see beyond your flesh to where the true battle rages.
There we go. It's not quite the end. It's a whole bunch of more story to go. But we're going to have Soul Splitter, which essentially lets us have 3 forms. One is like a stone form that will hold down hold down pressure pads, and then 2 that we can turn into and move around.
Horseman, what did you learn from the Lord of Bones? I suppose your king lives up to his name, if not his bargains.
The dead king has granted you passage to the city of the dead.
Who must I seek in the city of the dead? You should worry more about the one who seeks you. Answer my question, Scarecrow. There's no fun in simply telling you. Then speak no more. I'd keep watch on my own neck if I were you. What will I find in the city of the dead? Besides more corpses. Something far more precious than sinew and bone. Souls, Rider. From every kingdom under a dying sun. In the city, their past life is cleansed, that they may pass through the well and be reborn. Many souls do not survive this purification. Some are driven mad, and a few even manage to escape their bonds.
And there we go. We are at the City of the Dead. Now, yet again, it's the same I said away about the first game, and it's very much the same with like the Zelda games. You could not have got in here without the ability that we have just been given. And you'll see now. So essentially, the Soul Splitter turns me into stone. So if I'm standing on a pressure plate, that will hold down. And then I've got 2 more forms that will then allow me to grab and move, dodge and weave, dodge and weave. So whilst he is holding it, you see, because it moves back, so he has to be constantly holding it. So while he's holding that there, I can switch to this one. There we go. And we have entry to the City of the Dead, and that is where I'm going to leave it. You see that? It's much more quicker, to the point. Now, as far as completing the game goes, I've only got 2 more sections left to do, and a few more side missions to clean up. So, not doing too badly. I've got a week. I think it's gonna come close, but we'll see. So, thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Please take a look at some of my other stuff that I'm doing, and I will see you again next time.